a mini bag to renew the world, part 1 of 3, on Between Master and Disciples, given in English on November 18th, 2023.
Russia, leave Ukraine or you reign now. Peace be with you too.
Đêm qua ta mơ chăn gối hiền hòa, chậm thoáng hương đưa ngày đó mặn mà. Người còn bên ta, tình còn bao la, tình còn bao la.
Greetings, all of you, most beautiful, beloved children of God. Pray, Almighty, for blessing you. This speech, I found it more difficult than most other speeches I have made before. I just don't know why. I haven't got time to do research into it, and I just hope I can make it to the end, though I have prepared it. Doing more research into the unknown universe. It took some time, but still, up to the last minute, it was difficult to even try to make it into a formulated form of talk. Now, I've been praying, and I still try. Many times already I recorded it, but a little bit, and then it couldn't go, and I deleted it. Maybe because I was hesitating to review this before for a while, and I have to do it again and again and again. Hope this time it works. Okay, remember we talked about making this world into a paradise before, and I said that is like impossible because none of the masters have been able to do that. But just recently, I remembered that there is a way that we could revive this world. I mean, renew or revive, meaning make it different than the way it is right now, and you could save the world. But there is one difficult catch. Well, I'll tell you that at the end. If that catch will be fulfilled, which is not a lot actually, it's just difficult because humans don't want to change, that's all, with very little asking. To be vegan. Okay, now, there is a way to revive the world, but it's not so simple like you imagine, like, okay, Master has big power, can just wave a hand or say hula hop, some incantation, and then it's done. It's not like that, okay? But nevertheless, it's doable. It's like this. There are two ways to renew this world. The first one is the one that most of us know, that the world will be destroyed. I mean, the world population will be almost all destroyed. Maybe very little left, like 5% of the population or less even. Then they will start all over again, like Stone Age or long time ago age. But there is another way we can renew the world without so much death and destruction. Nevertheless, it takes a lot of work. I will just tell you as much as I can and as much as you can grasp it. It's like this. Number one, first of all, the master, well, whoever wants to do this kind of thing, master, has to die. But if this master is powerful enough, then he can revive himself again after a short while, and almost like be born again, renewed birth. And then after that, he could use more strengthened power to change the world. But it's not like that, okay? we have to reckon with the karma of this planet, which is immense, 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 unlimited. And oh God, you can't ever imagine how huge the karma is that has been accumulated since long time. Since we don't even remember. You see, that's why now and again we have pandemics or epidemics or war or famine or natural disasters or man-made disasters to lessen the population of the planet. The people die, suffer, are maimed or disabled. A lot of things happen to a lot of people, and death as well, of course. And then the karma of the world would be a little bit less. So we continue to survive and live on. But then we continue to make a similar karma again, and again. And then it will pile up until one time it will burst out in disaster, diseases, pandemics, war, famine, etc. As we can see nowadays, is urgent and desperate. So it looks like that the war is going to end, and it is. And we saw how many clairvoyant persons who have this ability to foresee the future, like Nostradamus, for example, or Baba Vanga, and many others, that we have been trying to do research on, collect them, and then show it on our Supreme Master television. And you would ask me why they keep predicting that the world will end, like imminently at that time, but then it has not ended yet. Okay, it ends when the time is right. It's just because these clairvoyant people saw things while they were in connection with higher heaven. The time in heaven and the time on our planet are different things. 1 second, 1 minute over there could be, 100 years on our earth. So don't say that they did not predict correctly. They did. It's just that we have to thank the grace of God Almighty, merciful, ultimate Master, and all the compassionate saints and sages who lend their immense merit and blessings to uphold our world up to now. Otherwise, we would have been gone. Nothing would be left. Instead, there wasn't less of degree of destruction and less numbers of deaths of humans and animals, people as well. And other destruction, you can see it very well. We try to show it on our Supreme Master TV. Please look at it and you know what it means, okay? Now, thanks to God Almighty that I'm made to remember this method of saving the world. This method involves the death of the Master, either completely if it fails, or temporarily for a short while, and then the Master is revived. After the Master is revived, then the Master has more power. And then, because the death of the Master will somehow delete some of the karma, so he can revive and become more powerful in order to continue this way, this method to save humankind and the earth. Easy to say, not easy to do, not easy to accomplish. Okay, I make it short and simple. The reason why all the masters came and could not revive or save the world is because it wasn't the end time, not like this time. And also, when the masters are on the planet, they have to shoulder the karma of the world. That is very, very heavy, The Buddha said it can cover the whole sky, and you know how vast the sky is. So mostly when the master dies, the world karma will dissolve because they absorb it into themselves while they were alive to elevate humankind. So when the master dies, that karma will not exist anymore with the master because the master doesn't have a body, mind, and brain anymore to keep that karma of the world. Yeah. When the master dies, that means karma is dissolved. And if the master revives again, relieves again, then at that time the karma is not yet piled back up. So the master can revive and renew the connection with God Almighty, with the ultimate master, to replenish all the master power again. And then that master can use the power to renew the world. I told you, this speech is very difficult, very difficult. It's difficult to talk, even though I knew everything already. It's difficult to express somehow. This is not an easy subject. Okay, try to understand, please. But it's not the master alone. Master has to work with the karmic system and has to do it in secret. Even the Lord of Karma could not know about that, could not know that the karma of the world is going to be removed. Okay, I make it short. After the karma is removed, it will be locked in a yard. I don't know how to call that. It's not a planet. It's not a yard like your backyard or, front yard. But it's called a yard. It's not called a planet. And that yard, it's gazillions times larger than this planet. And is zillions of light years away from this world. And that yard has no trees or anything like the way we have in our backyard. It's flat, it's not round like this planet. You can call it a sand yard if you want, but gazillions of times bigger than this planet. And that yard, if you could see it, is covered by sand. It looks like sand and is a pearl-like color. It has nothing else on it. That yard, so far away from any other planets and galaxies, can be locked forever, or at least for now, and nobody can ever open it. Actually, to quote the exact words of His Majesty the King of Karma, no one can key it. They're not my words. The key for that. I will not tell you who keeps it or where. Even if you kill the key keeper, it won't help anyway. So I'm not afraid of that. It's just that it's not allowed to be told. Now, after the karma has been removed and stored in that yard, then the world is free, temporarily, until things are more settled and meet the requirement, the catch that I have told you of before. Right now, it has not yet met that standard, but at least we have a big hope for the future.
Đêm qua ta mơ theo cánh nhạn hồng, lạ lướt mây xanh, thanh thang trời lộng, một đời thong dong, một đời thong dong.
Remember that the best way to eliminate the needless suffering of cows, pigs, and other animals is to leave them off your plate. Eugenio Derbez, vegetarian.